Everything's bigger in Texas, huh? Everything's bigger. That hill to turn 1 is bigger. The crowd looks bigger. The babies are fucking enormous. My goodness. The temperatures are bigger. The cooling vanes are bigger. And it looks like we're live. How you going? Welcome to Turn15 channel at arsehole o'clock in the morning at my part of the world for the watch along for the 2025 F1 Championship. Round 19, we are at COTA, Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas, for the sprint. 19 laps around the 5.5K circuit today. Should be fun. I say that all the time because, well, F1 a lot of the times is pretty fucking fun. I love this sport. That's why I'm here talking into the abyss. There's Max Verstappen getting his helmet on, getting ready, starting from pole today as well. Incidentally, Max Verstappen on it, absolutely on it lately. Really feeling it. There's a lot of talk. Oh, you finally emerged, have you? Yep, hello. A lot of talk over the last few weeks. I mean, Red Bull looks like they've really gotten a hang on this car now. Like, it really, it had gotten away from them entirely. Through the year, it was bad. It was bad enough that we had all the, the Max Verstappen leaving a Mercedes rumors and all of that. But all of that's been put to bed. And it looks like Red Bull has really turned a corner with this car, no pun intended. They put a new floor on it. Looks like they've fixed a massive issue with it, and it's still a little bit riding the tiger, which is why we still see, for example, Yuki Tsunoda struggling, starting 18th today, although that was more of a qualifying fuck-up. Well, half and half. Half of a qualifying fuck-up from Red Bull, half of Yuki just kind of being Yuki this year, which isn't that great, not in that car at least. Either way, the Red Bull in Max Verstappen's hands looks like it's come alive again. It's going to be very interesting, this run-in, because he's on pole again, like I said, and is it too late to rescue the championship? I mean, it's too late for the constructors. That's done. That's already finished. It's over. McLaren champions as of last time out in Singapore. Congratulations to everybody in Woking. Well done. Built a rocket ship and it got the job done, so good stuff. But the driver's title is the big one. That's the most, I'd say, for me, the most important. Wait. What are you doing over there? Don't make me fucking shot collar you, buddy. That's all the rage lately. Either way. Driver's title is the biggest thing. That's the prize. That's what all 20 of those guys there are lined up for. Is it too late for Max Verstappen to get it done this year? He's a long way back. He's still a long way back. I mean, the car has found form finally, but he's got a hell of a handicap to overcome just to get to Norris, let alone to get even further ahead and catch Oscar Piastri. So, as good as he looks right now, and my money is on Max to take the win today and possibly even take the win tomorrow, depending on qualifying later. I still cannot see Max catching. It's kind of a hard one, actually, because he is, well, that's what she said, he's still up there. Wink. He's still up there. He is taking points. It's just not quite enough points. What is going on over there? I've got a cat going absolutely insane. Well, it's that time of day, isn't it? Wait. Come on. What else? Either way, here's... as everybody's climbing into their cars, there's about 5 minutes to go until lights out, so why don't I go through the grid before I start talking more shit. So Max Verstappen, looks like everyone's starting on mediums as well, so how about that? Max Verstappen on pole, Norris, Piastri, Hulkenberg 4th. Unbelievable. Absolutely amazing. And it looks like just pure pace as well out of Hulkenberg. Fuck me dead. I never in my life thought I would see this year's Sauber legitimately starting 4th. Even if it is a sprint, it's still a qualifying, so there is that. So aced it. They've absolutely aced it. Actually, Sauber have really come leaps and bounds this year. Really have. They were totally nowhere last year. Absolutely dog shit. One single point finish last year. And already got a podium this year. Bortoletto's usually doing well. Good to see Hulk starting 4th. Really chuffed for the guy. Anyway, Russell 5th. Alonso 6th, Sainz 7th, Hamilton 8th, Albon 9th, Leclerc 10th. So Ferrari's still struggling there. It's not going great for them then. Antonelli, Hadjar, Gasly, Stroll, Lawson, Behrman, Colapinto, Tsunoda, like I said, in 18th, and Ocon and Bortoletto starting dead last today. Now, everybody is starting on the grid, so as far as I'm aware, there's going to be nobody starting in the pits, so it looks like a full grid of 20 cars, all taking off, all ready to go. All starting on the mediums is a little bit, it means just there's kind of zero strategy variation today. Actually, Carlos Sainz was saying a couple of days ago in the media that an idea he would have to try to do anything with these sprints to make them a little bit more spicy is to just force everybody to start on the softs. And it would, at the very least, encourage a little bit more variation in driving styles and things like that. You know, who can look after their car, after their tyres, who might even risk a pit stop. You know, it's almost like a Grand Prix, you know. Either way, look. I think I'm always going to find these sprints a little bit haram, but, you know, it's F1 racing, so I'll be here for it no matter what, because that's just the kind of sad cunt that I am now. What was I saying before? Max, is it too late to rescue a championship? We'll see. Time will tell. What I would say is he is fast running out of rounds to get it done. 6 to go, including this one. Now, the good thing for him is there's also 3 sprints, so a little bit more chance to pick up the points. The bad news is, as long as those McLarens are finishing, it's a really, really hard task for Max, and I just cannot see Max winning out the rest of the year. Maybe he could. He did it a couple of years ago. Maybe he could. But those McLarens are still very quick. It's going to be very, very, very difficult for him. Now, Sky broadcast just going through the grid now, which I've just done. Lovely. Now, a couple of bits of news. I think I'll talk about it more at length for the watch along tomorrow for the full Grand Prix. Probably the biggest bits of news. Mercedes has finally announced that George Russell and Kimi Antonelli will be staying for 2026. It's very interesting the way that they announced that. They didn't say multi-year deals or anything like that. They just said continuing into 2026, both of our drivers, which is a curious way of putting it. Oh, hey, little guy. How's about? Well, I'll stop your moaning. Good grief. Pampered little prince. Wait. Goodness me. I'll get the shot color, you little fuck. I'll do it. Now, what was I saying? Yes, it's a very curious announcement from Mercedes. I mean, it's sort of one that we all saw coming once Max was off the market and was staying at Red Bull contractually next year and on form, maybe even, who knows, beyond that. It was just kind of a no-brainer that Mercedes would keep their current drivers. A little strange that they didn't announce how long those deals were. It makes me wonder if they still are keeping the door open, the window cracked, the door unlocked, you know, maybe key under the mat. Just telling Max Verstappen, hey, if you want to come around in 2027, you know, it's always there, door's always open. Now, from what I'm aware, as the formation lap's about to kick off, we are really, really close to race start here. From what I'm aware, George Russell's deal goes through 2027. I'm not sure what the option is, if it's a 1+1, or if it might even go beyond that, or if it gives him anything like maybe, say, a veto on his teammate. Who knows? It's going to be interesting to see. I think that's going to be contractual quirks that will come out through the next year or so. It'll be fun to keep an eye on what's going on at Mercedes. Very, very importantly, as long as Mercedes have a championship contending car, perhaps even a championship winning car next year, and they might, the rumour mill says their engine is the best. The rumour mill also says that Audi's not as far behind as everyone was expecting. But the reality is, Mercedes never got a proper hand a proper handle on these aerodynamic rules, these ground effect cars. So there's no guarantee they're really going to get everything right like they did the rule cycle from, say, 2014 through to 2021. That also had an aerodynamic upheaval mid-rule cycle, but, well, there was a lot of different people working at that team. It's not the exact same Mercedes team that was running rampant a decade ago, I'll put it that way. Now they're coming around the lap, the whole grid, everyone's gotten the whole field, everyone got away just fine, no stallers or anything like that. A few more corners and we'll be done with the formation lap and ready to go for the race. Now, anything else? Domenicali's talking shit, just ridiculous horse shit, so I'll get back onto that. It's a heat hazard because it's fucking Texas, so of course it's hot, especially in the middle of the day. So the cooling suits are not mandated, but they are encouraged, and they're saying, you know, either wear the cool suit or have ballast on your car. FIA presidency is also done. It's over. The vote's not even held. The vote will not be held, I think, until November or December, but basically it's a non-runner. Due to a quirk in nominations, it means that essentially there can be no election this year. It's a bit of a shit fest, and it's a total fucking shit show in my opinion, and it doesn't do a lot to dispel a lot of those allegations of heavy-handedness, almost dictatorship at the FIA. Either way, here we go, cars lining up in the grid. It's always really weird to see a Sauber this high up in the year 2025. It's been almost old school, almost how it used to be. Hey, there's Bottas. See a lot more of him next year when he's at Cadillac. It's kind of almost a throwback year this year, in that if a car from a midfield team is competitive enough on any given day, it can achieve really good things. Hadjar's podium at Zandvoort is a good example. Hulkenberg at Silverstone, again, another good example. It's been a few, actually, interestingly, not Aston Martin this year, but it's a bit more, and Science, of course, with his podium, it's a little bit interesting. If the car is feeling it, a podium isn't impossible, which hasn't always been the story the last decade or so, so it's nice to see that happening. So, green flag at the back, should be getting underway. 2 lights, 3, 4, and lights are out. Okay, decent start out of everybody. Hulkenberg a little bit bogged. Oh, look at the McLarens. Side by side into turn 1. This is going to be fun. Oscar has to shit out a bit. Oscar's big crash. Both McLarens are out. Both McLarens have made contact. There's no way. No, Norris is fucked. He's done. That was a massive fuck up there. Verstappen is absolutely romping away. Looks like Russell's gotten away in second. Is that a Williams in third? It is at Science. Look at that. Massive contact. And it looks like the McLarens made direct contact with each other for the second race in a row. Oh dear. Now, this is... big front wing flying off a Sauber. Goodness, that must have been Nico Hulkenberg. So that 4th place start didn't really last that long. Oh, look at him way down there. What in... I'm going to need to see a replay or two of this. This is very interesting. Safety car out, of course. Yeah, it looked like that McLaren is just parked on the exit of turn 1. In fact, I can see on the timing screen, Piastri, Alonso and Norris look like they've all stopped. God, there was a few cars involved in that. It's a shame for Alonso because he had a great qualifying as well. Yep, Norris done. This is what Max Verstappen needed. Something like this. Catastrophe. Yeah, there's Piastri parked up as well. Both McLarens are indeed out of the race. Catastrophe for McLaren. It's exactly what Max Verstappen needed. The biggest the disappointment for Verstappen is there's only 8 points on offer today for the win. The good thing is George Russell is behind him, Carlos Sainz is behind him, and then both the Ferraris, and I can't see any of those cars beating him today. Is Carlos Sainz seriously going to finish 3rd again? Fucking awesome. Let's go, lad. Well, that was quite a moment to start this race. My goodness. Okay, here we go. So replay of the start. What happened? Max had a killer start. Everybody else was okay to sort of bog standard. So it looks like the... Yeah, okay. Okay, so Piastri's got side by side with Norris. He's backed out of that. I think he's going for the crisscross on the exit, trying to get like more of a straight exit to be able to get side by side with or maybe past Lando into turn 2. And as he's tucked in, he's just found a Sauber right where his car wants to be. Yeah, and there's not really anywhere Hulkenberg can go because he had Alonso on the inside of him too. I mean, it looks like just kind of a 3 into 1 doesn't fit. I mean, Piastri, maybe he just thought he had more room. I'd put that one on Oscar, to be honest. Be careful, Oscar. We have possible suspension damage. Yeah, we do. Yeah, indeed he does. One of those wheels went absolutely flying up. So Norris looks like he's clean and then just gets absolutely walloped from behind. Yeah, it's all over. Alright, are we gonna hear endless shit about this with papaya rules and all that for the next fucking... The whole... Considering how pissy and seething Piastri was after Singapore, from what I consider was just... Ooh. So that Stroll... Man, what a fucking mess turn 1 was. Real mess. What I would also say is... Turn 1 at COTA is kind of designed to encourage wrecks, crashes like this. Remember George Russell went into Carlos Sainz a couple of years ago at turn 1? It's just the nature of the corner. It's a very quick approach and it's a very, very tight corner. And it kind of just brings cars together. You can take different lanes through it and they will sort of alter your speed through like outside of, coming out of turn 1 and in through turn 2 and turn 3. It's very, very crucial to get a good exit, and there's a couple of exits that you can take there, especially when you've got cars all around you, side by side, front and back and things like that. So it's one of those corners that just encourages trouble when you've got 20 cars all barreling into there at once. There's a lot of room to make a move, and you see the track really it widens out. It really fans out into turn 1, and then out of turn 1 it gets really, really narrow. It's a really tight corner as well, so just one of these things really. So here we go, on board with Yuki Tsunoda, who is 7th right now, so Yuki's fucking killed the start. I'm guessing he's just going to tuck in tight here. Yeah, tight into turn 1 and then just kind of avoid everybody. Oh, he had a little bit... Oh, he didn't avoid the Sauber front wing. Oh, my goodness, it's actually a perilous start for Yuki Tsunoda. He actually got away with it there. I tell you, that's actually quite lucky for Yuki Tsunoda. That could have gone wrong a couple of times. Good to see something going right for Yuki today. Bits of debris all over the track. Says Lewis Hamilton. Yeah, turn 1 down to turn 11. Well, there were cars shedding bits all over the place. Now, guys, it's fucking late. Please don't put a red flag on me. We could just safety car this to the end. I don't think there's going to be much passing anyway. Now, one other thing this does, and everybody's on the medium tyres, of course, is these laps under a safety car, they're going to bring the temperature down, the pressures down and all that in the tyres, but they are also going to wear a whole lot less. So the mediums should hold up a whole lot better to the end of the race. So probably, if there was a chance, somebody might pit for softs at the end. And there's Lando looking rather upset. See, what I was saying before about is Max too far behind, this certainly helps. Like a DNF, 8 points, that's an okay chunk. That should bring Max to around about 2 wins away. And from there, all you need is basically this to happen again, and it could. God, I don't know, it's great for Max, it really is. And maybe this is the moment. Maybe this is the race where Max just gets just enough points to help him over the line at the end of the season. But it's still a very tall order for me. If this happened in the actual Grand Prix and he could take 25 points out of the lead, then that'd be fantastic. But there's only, I think, 8 on offer today, so it's sort of it's not fantastic. It's only just slightly better than finishing first to the McLaren in second. Either way, Verstappen, Russell, Sainz, Leclerc, Hamilton, Albon, Tsunoda, Behrman is your top 8. And I think it's only your top 8 that score points today. So, be that what it is. Oh, that Marshall's about to eat shit. Oh, we just caught that. God, it'd be... I don't know how you'd ever live it down if you're being a marshal running around, which is cool. Like, being a marshal at a track, being so close to the cars and getting that kind of access and all of that sort of shit, that'd be cool as hell. But tripping over, like that marshal in Canada a few years ago, tripping over and eating major shit on network TV, fuck, man, like, you'd never live that shit down. Yeah, well, so catastrophe for both McLarens, catastrophe for Alonso, and I mean, that's 3 of the top 6 just out. Okay, so here we are, another replay of the start. So the Ferraris and the Williams really won out here. Yeah, Oscar, I don't want to be too harsh, it's just one of these things. I'd say if anything, Oscar maybe was a bit ambitious, cutting so hard across the track. Yeah, I think maybe, probably not the smartest move from Oscar. I don't think it's a desperation thing. I think it's just being too aggressive. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Hindsight's 50-50, but I am a quarterback for Monday Morning FC, and what I would say is, oh, that is Tsunoda. Okay, so Tsunoda was the one who dragged that Sauber front wing so far. Hulkenberg, massive sandwich, yeah. Hulkenberg just kind of bemoaning the shit sandwich that he's just had to eat. There goes Piastri. Well, I mean, one thing I will say is there's been sporting repercussions, according to Zach Brown, sporting repercussions to the ding between the McLarens at Singapore last time out, and nobody's made public what has actually happened, what kind of punishment Lando was having, if he's having to, I don't know, get like a purple nurple, or if he's swigging toilet water or some shit. But no, I think it was like a sporting repercussion or something that McLaren have organised among themselves, essentially to punish or to stymie Lando Norris for the rest of the city. But let's see. Oh, here we go. As we go for a restart, Russell's really hanging on to Verstappen here. Oh, they're only just going to miss catching the safety car here. Oh, look at Max, absolutely on it coming out of the final corner, and we've restarted. So what I would say is it's going to be interesting to see the papaya rules wash up, especially in the context of what happened in Singapore last week, or 2 weeks ago rather. It's like everyone's just taking it nice and easy, single file through the restart. Look at Max go. Okay, I'd say this race is done already then. Lap 6 of 19. Yeah, no further investigation for turn 1, which, you know, shit happens is what I would say. I would put a lot of it on Oscar being too ambitious into turn 1, but I'd also say, you know, shit happens really. Lewis having a little look at Leclerc. Lewis has actually been complaining. I think privately it's come out that he's, for the second time this year at least, he's made some sort of a proposal to Ferrari saying you need to do better. You need to upgrade your systems or your processes or whatever it might be. The team is failing, and it's failing in these certain areas, and these certain things would fix it. And by all accounts, Ferrari are just flat ignoring Lewis Hamilton and all of his advice. Makes me wonder exactly why they brought him in then. I mean, I know they brought him in mostly as like a marketing thing because it looks good for them to have a 7-time world champion driving a Ferrari. They've had that before and it was great. But Hamilton, I think, getting very agitated with how much he's being ignored by Ferrari. Leclerc as well, from what I hear, is very upset at Ferrari as well. Just, again, he can just see the same shit happening over and over and over, and get the feeling he's just totally sick of it. Might even walk, depending on next year. So let's see. I tell you, if Hamilton and Leclerc are both out of Ferrari by the end of next season, if both of them have just said, nope, things fucked. Oh, as Antonelli's looking at Gasly and just can't get it done. If both Ferrari drivers are fed up and both want to leave, I don't know if they both will. I don't know if either will, but they could. If both of them leave, a Ferrari are looking at filling 2 seats for 2027, that could be fucking awful for that team, honestly. I know, right? You can see just how hard Verstappen is pushing in that last corner. Sideways on the restart, sideways on that lap just now. Look at Russell pushing as well. He's really sticking with Max. Still less than a second. You know what? This race might not be over yet. I'm so used to over the years, once Max hits the lead, you just sort of see him disappear, but Russell's really keeping him honest. George Russell, by the way, is having a fucking phenomenal season. Just had to say that. Absolutely deserved his Mercedes renewal. Hopefully, the car is good. Because he's had a bit of a Daniel Ricciardo at Red Bull where... Oh, safety car infringement for Leclerc noted. It's probably something to do with the Delta time. That's Russell on Verstappen. They're both off track. That's a little bit like Max versus Norris last year, isn't it? Wow, that came out of fucking nowhere, didn't it? Speaking of a Daniel Ricciardo-esque fate for George Russell, and my point was that he's joined what was a serially winning team right as they hit a form dip, which lasts for several seasons. Now, the Russell just absolutely came out of nowhere. A real Daniel Ricciardo type of dive bomb. Didn't work out, though. And look at those Ferraris, keeping that Williams honest as well. Oh, it's going to be hard for Sainz to finish on the podium here. Not that there is a podium for a sprint, but let's say, finish top 3. Going to be very, very difficult. Verstappen complaining on the radio. He completely missed the corner. Max, okay. Something, stones and glass houses. Come on, mate. We know what he was trying. It's fine. He really did go late, didn't he? Yeah, and a little lock up on the apex as well. Absolutely no hope Russell was going to make that corner. Lucky that there was no contact, actually. I thought just for a split second, especially when they were going so wide on the exit, that there might even be contact there, but I think that would be catastrophic for Max. And look at Russell, he's backed right off now. Almost a second behind. Ooh, the Ferraris! Ooh, getting very spicy at the back. Hamilton through on Leclerc. Ooh, again. Ooh, goodness me. That was very forceful between the Ferraris just then. Well, shit, Lewis is feeling it today. Really feeling it. Oh, look like going quite wide at the final corner there as well. Now that helps Carlos Sainz, because what is Hamilton 2.5 seconds now behind him? So stewards have noted that Russell move. I mean, kind of no harm, no foul there. Russell's still behind. There was no contact, you know. I'll tell you, just quietly, Behrman looks like he's hassling Yuki Tsunoda as well, so keep an eye on Yuki. He's on the fringe of the points here. Probably more to the point, Behrman looks like he's actually going to overtake a Red Bull, which is fantastic for him. If he can get it done. Let's see. Now, Verstappen 1.5 back to Russell. Look at that gap. I think Russell's... I think that was the move, and if that didn't work, probably it's not going to get by. Yeah, no further investigation for forcing a driver off track. It's fine. It was a fine move. There was no contact. You know, nothing happened. It's all good. Let's none of us lose our minds here. We're here to watch racing. Verstappen saying the ride is completely shit on the rear, so it's not just that he's pushing at the last turn, it's that the car's just not doing what he wants it to. Yeah, Verstappen, Russell, 1.8 seconds. I'd say this one's done. Lap 11 as well. I'd say it's over. The Ferrari move is interesting. It's interesting to see Leclerc really pushing Hamilton to the side of the road. Not that I think that they should just be letting each other through, but it's a very high speed squeeze, I'd say. Between teammates, at least. Generally, you'd want to maybe teammates play a little bit nicer than that, but yeah, coming out in the week that Leclerc, I think it came out through Leclerc's manager Nicholas Todd, the son of the old Ferrari boss and the old FIA president Judd Trolt. Ooh, okay, so Charles Leclerc went off. That's where that came from. There's a replay. Ooh. Okay, so I wondered kind of where that came from, because it looked like there was about a second between them. So Leclerc's gone off in the S's, and then Hamilton's just been able to use that momentum through the back straight, get a good pass on. Is this Liam Lawson on Pierre Gasly? Yeah, that's a pretty good move out of Lawson. He had a good race here as well last year. In fact, this is where he made his full-time debut, isn't it, for Formula One? Because Daniel Ricciardo, he never left Singapore last year. It's the saddest story. Red Bull took him out the back of the garage, gave him the all yellow treatment. 2 barrels between the eyes. Awful mess. It's just terrible. Yeah, looks like everyone's starting to gap a little bit. Antonelli looks like he's keeping Behrman a little bit. Oh, no, here we go. At the back. Hulkenberg and Hadjar. Hulkenberg passed down to 16th. Fuck, I tell you, after qualifying 4th, and it looked so great for about 200 metres for Nico Hulkenberg today. Bloody shame, that. Real shame. Oh, they're still going side by side. I mean, the Sauber looks good. It looks good. It looks racy. It looks punchy. It's just a shame it's for 15th and 16th place. Okay, 6 laps to go. Russell 2.5 behind Verstappen. It's over. Sainz nearly 3 seconds behind Russell. That was never even on, so that was over already. Hamilton 1.3 behind Sainz. Now, it's not impossible. It's difficult, but it's not impossible. So Russell, 2 strikes, both at turn 12, so that's just track limits. Yeah, okay. I actually agree with George's radio call there. I think if you're racing, if you're going for a legitimate overtake, I don't think it should be counted for going off the track, like the track limits. I think the track limits thing is more like when you're trying to take the piss and make up track time, you know. I think if you go wide and you lose time trying to make a pass work, well, it's not exactly the spirit of the rule, is it? Okay, so Oscar got launched into Norris. So yeah, it's not quite a mirror of Singapore, but it's not great. It's horrible for McLaren. It's been a strange couple of weeks for McLaren. They won the Constructors' Championship. They've had both of their drivers just engulfed in this whole papaya controversy ever since. Absolute seethe out of one, absolute indifference out of the other. And then Zach Brown spent the last week or so on and off in court suing the ever-loving shit out of Alex Palou. Alex Palou, who, from what it looks like, is going to have to pay a lot of fucking money to McLaren. I'm not sure if you sign a contract and then you think, actually, I don't like this contract anymore. Oh, as Antonelli makes a move on Behrman. Very, very close. Behrman should keep the inside into the next corner. Oh, that was a good pass. No, it was a good attempt, rather. It wasn't actually a pass, but it was a good attempt. It was almost a pass. Almost. Now, did Behrman keep Oh, did Behrman keep onto that position by going off the track? Probably did, to be honest. I want to see a replay of that Behrman Antonelli thing. I mean, this is just for the final point. It's not like it's that life changing for either of these lads, but alright, no further action for the safety car for Charles Leclerc, so whatever that was, couldn't have been that important or interesting. Or egregious. Now what this battle is doing, absolutely, is it means that Yuki Tsunoda will absolutely finish 7th. He's put, there's almost 2 seconds now between Tsunoda and Ollie Behrman, so that is basically done because there's only 3 laps to go. Or 3 after the one that we're on. I mean, definitely more has happened in this year's sprint compared to the Dakota sprint last year. That was, I defy anybody. Oh, what is this? Oh, and just as I was saying, who is that? Lance Stroll, it's got to be. Lance Stroll and Esteban Ocon have made contact at turn 1, and that Aston Martin is absolutely fucked. Yeah, okay. I don't know where Lance thinks he's going to go because that wheel is very clearly fucked. So, another safety car. You know what? We might even finish under safety car. Either that or we might have a single lap to the end. Now, what is this? A Lance Stroll dive bomb? Nah, I was never going to be on. God, no wonder Lance got out of that fucking scene in a hurry. The irony being these two are actually quite good buddies off track. Oh, that's a big hit. Dear God. Yeah, already got his hand up. Goodness me, that was I don't even think ambitious comes close. That was just pretty fucking insane, to be honest. I mean, it's too far away. I mean, kind of no shit here, but it was way too far back for that pass to ever be on, which is very evident because he careened into the back of him. Now lap 17 of 19. Now, most of the debris is off track here. Now, Lance Stroll is the big one here because Ocon's car will be removed almost no problem, but Stroll is a bit further around. A bit further around the track, and there's no real obvious place to get rid of that car there. If they had both left them at turn 1, crane one off, crane the other one off, done. We could probably get this race restarted, but especially with 3 wheels on that wagon, they're really going to have to work to move that car. I don't think we're going to get the race restarted. I think Stroll's kind of... yeah, I don't see it. I don't see it. I can't see anything. Ooh, you're right, mate. I don't see anything by way of equipment near Lance Stroll's car to pick it up. What? Oh. Hello. That's well, that'll be it. So lap 17 of 19, we're going to watch another 2.5 laps behind the safety car, and then that's kind of it. So, there we go. Coming up to almost start lap 18. This will be it. It's going to end under the safety car. Unless they can fucking... Ooh. Stewards will be looking at the Ollie Behrman, Antonelli pass and repass. Or maybe non-pass and non-repass. I mean, unless they can I Dream of Genie like magic that Aston Martin away, I think this is completely going to finish under safety car. And look at that, turn 1 is totally clear. Now, there is... Now the JCB is still trying to get to... they're going to have to slow that safety car down. Now it is a long lap. It's a long lap. There's a lot of corners. They would have to make the safety car coming in call. They're going to have to make it really fucking late if they really want to restart this. Now here we go, replay. So Antonelli, and Antonelli does stay on the track. Ollie Behrman goes off. But then Behrman just kind of keeps it there. Yeah. Okay, well, time penalty for Ollie Behrman, so that puts that to rest. Yeah. 10 seconds. Fuck, man. It's a bit harsh, isn't it? Not that it really makes a difference. Any time penalty from here throws him out of the points, and 9th place, 15th place, it's basically the same shit. Whoop, hello. Well, you know, that's about it. So, the few laps of the sprint that we had, that actually had something going on, it wasn't just safety cars. The investigation, asked Ollie Behrman. Unfortunately, we got a 10-second time penalty. Didn't even tell him it was under investigation. And Ollie predictably disagrees with it. Yeah, and final lap in the safety car. So it is as I predicted. The shame is if Stroll had not tried to hot-foot it out of there, I think we might have had a single lap restart for the end of this race. But, you know, Lance had other ideas and there's not a lot we can do about that. And yeah, you can see the JCB is still removing that car. So yeah, there was absolutely no way that they were going to restart the race. So, what is this? 281, 336, take 281. Now it's late, but by my maths, that is 55 points. 55 points, so just over 2 wins. I mean, it is over 2 wins, which is a lot, considering there's only 5 rounds to go after this one. 55 points is a lot. If that same shit happens tomorrow and Max wins the race and both McLarens DNF, suddenly it becomes 30 points. That's a bit, but it's not impossible. He really, really, really is going to need that sort of luck, though. I cannot see McLaren, one or both of those cars, not winning a race for the rest of the year. They've got another win in them. It could even be tomorrow. They definitely have another win in them, and I think that would be enough. Even if Max finishes 2nd or 3rd, I think that could well be enough to just kill the championship charge. It's a little bit like a reverse of last year. Last year it was Norris desperately trying to catch Max, and it was never really on. Even if the car was competitive, it was never really going to happen. I feel like it's just a mirror image of that. I think Max finally has a car that he can compete properly with the McLaren again, and not just compete with it, but really beat it. But it's just going to be a little bit too late. Where do you think you're going, huh? You're done? There you go. See ya. And there we go. Around the final corner, and that's it. That's the sprint. So Verstappen, Russell, Sainz, Hamilton, Leclerc, Albon, Tsunoda, Antonelli, Lawson, Gasly. Top 10. And then Bortoleto, Hadjar, Hulkenberg, Colapinto, Behrman. Now, that was a sprint. It was definitely a race. Big moments, I think, more than just out and out great racing. There was a couple of decent moments there. Antonelli and Behrman did their best to try to keep me awake at what is a truly ungodly hour of the morning. Sainz third, loving that. Absolutely loving that. Russell second, loving that too. Good stuff. Verstappen win. Fantastic. Hamilton. Okay, so fuck it. Let's dissect whatever we can, and it is a sprint, so you know there is that. Verstappen exactly what he needed. Basically, it was only the one moment with George Russell that sort of threatened anything, but apart from that, it was just it was fine. So yeah, Verstappen did exactly what he needed to do. Won, and we'll see what the rest of his year holds from here. Russell second, good stuff. Again, he's having a great year. It's a good start to his new Mercedes deal, even though this is still running from the old one, if you know what I'm saying. Just signed the contract, and second place in the sprint, not bad. Sainz third, fantastic, absolutely fantastic. More crucial points for Williams, so good stuff for them. Hamilton, good pass on Leclerc, even if it was there was a Leclerc fuck up, but Hamilton absolutely took advantage of that, and it's nice to see him still with a bit of fire inside. Leclerc fifth, you know, big fuck up. It's a shame for Charles Leclerc because it could have been at least one more position than that. So, you know, is what it is, really. Albon sixth, again, good points for Williams. Probably looking at Sainz in third and thinking, fuck, shit, because those Williams were really side by side on the start. Probably thinking, man, fuck, maybe I should have just followed him through. Still, sixth for Albon is very, very good, and good points for Williams. Seventh for Yuki Tsunoda, a hell of a jump from 18th on the grid. It's like the Red Bull Moses, the seas parted and just let him go right through. So very fortuitous for Yuki. Eighth for Antonelli after the penalty for Behrman. Earned it, I think, with that pass. Maybe a little bit better qualifying. Could have been a little bit better. Because after all, George Russell was second. And then Lawson just outside of the points. Tough luck. Still a decent pass out of Lawson today, and a decent race overall, even though we only got about 12 actual racing laps in. Yeah, Gasly, Bortoleto, Hadjar, Hulkenberg, Colapinto all basically had the same race, which was we had a race today. Congratulations. And then Behrman, 10 seconds is a bit of a harsh penalty for that, I feel, but I mean, any penalty at all would have dropped him out of the points, so, you know, what can you do? Ocon, innocent victim, not really doing anything, but still an innocent victim today. Stroll, the golden bowling ball today, so well done. Lance, you couldn't have just left it parked there. Maybe he was embarrassed, maybe he was trying to get out of there before he had to give up his insurance. Piastri, Norris, Alonso, big fuck up at the start, so, you know, it's just one of those things, I think. And it's a very interesting moment to see, you know, a big collision, especially with championship contenders like that. But when you take big potential race winners out of any race, and then you leave the one big favourite in there, he tends to win a lot. And there he is, thumbs up to the crowd, Max Verstappen, winner. That was my chair, that was lovely. But it is very, very late, so I'm going to call a quick checkered flag on today's stream. Thank you very much for watching, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you do. Hope you had a lovely Saturday. Hope you enjoyed the sprint. I'll be here tomorrow at an even more ungodly hour to call the full Grand Prix, and hopefully we'll see the McLarens do something more than just smash around at turn 1. It's going to be very interesting, actually, the run-in to the rest of the championship. 8 points unanswered for Max Verstappen today. That could be crucial. It could be false hope. It just might make the difference. Can't wait to see it. Anyway, thank you very much. I will be here tomorrow. Toodaloo. Bye-bye.